believe that children are being abused by pedophiles in Hollywood.
Absolutely.
So why are you sitting down talking to me? Why aren't you sitting down with the police right now?
I've told the police. In fact, if anybody wants to go back to 1993 when I was interviewed by the Santa Barbara Police Department, I sat there and I gave them the names. They're on record. They have all of this information.
I mean, that's insane thinking. I'm paranoid. I imagined that stuff. That couldn't be the reason for why so-and-so was acting like. Could it? And then you find out later on the track that you were exactly on track with a lot of this.
Of human hunting, and when a mind-controlled slave such as myself was stripped of clothes and turned loose in the woods, I was then hunted by George Bush, Dick Cheney, and Bill Clinton.
Saying that there are people that were the people that did this to both me and Corey that are still working, they're still out there, and they're some of the richest, most powerful people in this business.
And they are.
And they do not want me saying what I'm saying right now.
Are you saying that they're pedophiles?
Yes.
And that they're still in this business?
Yeah.
¡Comieron humanos! ¡Asquerosidad! ¡Comieron humanos! Yo no estaba enterada de nada. Que había, o sea, los asesinatos sí, pero que habían comido humanos. ¡Humanos!
So, after years of being blackballed by Hollywood, Mel Gibson just made a major comeback after several videos of him exposing the industry and Epstein all the way back in the 90s leaked all over the internet. Mel was the last person anyone was expecting to be the good guy in the story because of all the high-profile controversies he had been involved in. But it turns out that he might be a lot of things, but he is definitely not one of them monsters on the files. And word on the street is his refusal to join in on these ritualistic activities is actually the real reason why his career was buried. And he warned us time and time again. He even produced a movie, Sound of Freedom, that was supposed to open up our eyes, and now everything is making sense. Whatever was portrayed in the movie, the reality is far, far worse. Okay, so as most of you know by now, Epstein has been the #1 trending topic on the internet after over 3 million files, including thousands of videos and images of the elites doing crazy things to women was released by the DOJ. The worst part is that these files aren't even everything. There is more evidence that they haven't put out because it has the power to turn the entire country upside down. The files contain videos of girls getting chased around by Epstein and other grown men in just their undies. Some of these photos are so horrific that I cannot even describe them here. It's unclear what was done to them to get them in that state, but I'm pretty sure you know, just like I know that whatever it was wasn't good. In fact, in one of the emails Epstein sent his people, he said, and I quote, "They are like shrimp. You throw away the top, keep the body." Girl, this doc's just confirmed what we have all feared. And so far, not a single arrest has been made besides Epstein. And people are speculating that he might just be alive and his girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, who is in a luxury prison with a whole pet. You cannot make this up. And don't even get me started on the 330 gall of sulfuric acid that Epstein reportedly bought in 2018. And do you know what this acid is used for? Especially when it's in big quantities like this. Well, your guess is as good as mine. According to science, this acid can dissolve anything down to the bones, leaving no trace of anything ever. Now, for someone with the kind of track record Epstein has, it's safe to say that whatever he used it for probably wasn't legal. Interestingly enough, he reportedly purchased it on the same day that the FBI opened a CST case against him. Now, while all this was going on, a name that kept coming up was Mel Gibson. And I know this might come as a surprise to some of you because for the longest time, the industry convinced us that Mel was the bad guy when it was actually the opposite. Do y'all remember his highly successful 2004 film, The Passion of the Christ, that he literally had to produce by himself because every studio refused to fund it because the industry did not? Want to talk about God? But guess what? Even after he did all that, he was slammed with anti-Semitic allegations again, with people claiming that he was fueling hatred toward Jewish people. And now, a video of Mel talking about some of the sinister things he saw when he first came into the industry as a 25-year-old man has come up. He said he was initially taken aback because he didn't understand how everyone else seemed to be so comfortable with what was going on except for him. Mel Gibson said this in 1998, and mainstream media portrayed him as a raving lunatic. He was talking about everything in the Epstein files. He was canceled before canceling became a thing. No studio wanted to work with him. He would only come back to relevance after making a film about Jesus titled The Passion of the Christ. Since no studio wanted to fund it, he had to use his personal money to make a Christian movie. Hollywood is the modern-day Sodom and Gomorrah.
Suspicions about what the hell was going on because there was a lot of stuff I couldn't understand.
Right.
And nobody was really bothering to explain it to me.
They don't.
And And I formed a bunch of opinions and about the people in it that were like, surely that couldn't be, because a whole place can't be like, Weird Town, where the stranger wanders in and all the people are in the bar and they all shut up when he looks at them and they tell you don't go into the house on the hill, and it's like that. And then you go away and you think, no, I was wrong. I mean, that's insane thinking. I'm paranoid. I imagined that stuff. That couldn't be the reason for why so-and-so was acting like. Could it? And then you find out later on the track that you are exactly on track with a lot of this stuff. Not specifically on track, but that you could, that some of your worst nightmares were.
But it doesn't stop there. You see, after the industry successfully blackballed Mel, they replaced him with other people they could control. And one of those people was Jim Caviezel, the guy who played Jesus in The Passion of the Christ. Now, I don't know what these Hollywood elites did to Jim after making him their guy, but whatever it was enough for him to see the things they were happening behind the scenes. Mel Gibson and Jim then decided to expose it all in their movie, The Sound of Freedom. It was produced by Mel and directed and acted by Jim. The film grossed over $250 million on a $14.5 million budget, and it focused on exposing the CT industry. The story opens in Honduras, where a poor father, Roberto Aguilar, is tricked by a woman named Giselle, a former beauty queen posing as a talent scout, into letting his kids Miguel and Rocio participate in a fake modeling shoot. The kids are abducted and sold into CT. Jim's character arrests CP distributors and rescues Miguel from the bad guys. Now, after learning that Rocio was still in captivity in Colombia, he quits his job despite bureaucratic limits on foreign operations and vows to save her. He teams up with allies like ex-cartel accountant Vampiro and Colombian contacts. They run a sting in Cartagena, posing as buyers to expose even horrible CT underbelly. Now, at the time, people thought this was just a regular movie. But after everything we know about Epstein, it looks like this movie may have had some connection to him. From fake modeling and acting scouts to horrible parties, this is the reality of the Epstein files. As usual, people had their thoughts. Like this person who said, reading the Epstein files, it sounds like the billionaires let their own kids get by Epstein and others. Very sick. Another person said, Mel has been pushing out these conspiracy theories for a long time. He even acted in a movie based on a conspiracy theory. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think of Mel exposing Epstein long before all this mess got out? And do you really think this will revive Mel's career? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.